Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team Umbreon, Gligar, and TOGEDEMARU. So I start with TOGEDEMARU because I know how to use it very well. I know I can dominate with it, and with Skarmories and stuff out there, I know it's strong. I know it can get walled by some like ground type Pokemon. So I put in Gligar as like a flyer that can also deal with like some ground type Pokemon like Clodsire and stuff like that. And then I need a third, and I'm like, okay. I'm going to go with Umbreon on the lead because there's two reasons I went with Umbreon on the lead. One is your ABA weak to fighting. So if you see a fighter on the lead, it's not the worst because the fighters you're going to see mostly at this point are Annihilape, which if it has Night Slash Shadow Ball, you can actually do probably like take a shield or take switch. So that's not bad. And the second reason is Umbreon gives this team some bulk and it gives it some coverage against all the main meta, right? You can... anything that may cause problems in the back, like Lantern or Clodsire or stuff like that, like Umbreon does fine against because it's just so bulky and so spammy. So that is it. Didn't do amazing. Actually went back and forth. Right there is your Whiscash. So again, just exactly what I want to do here. Stay in with this and take a move and no lowering of the attack there, which is nice. I wonder if I should implement the Rise moveset. I'll talk about that in a minute with Umbreon. So get off a second one here. This will be enough to put it in the red. I could take another Scald, and it's just who's going to win to the third move here. And again, I don't need to win switch here, but if I can get a move off, and okay, I can't. That's fine, because now I can just come Gligar and farm with Gligar, so that's no problem. So just going to come farm with Gligar, which is great. Get a bunch of energy. What's coming in? Their own Gligar, so double ground, right? Glad my Togedemaru. That's the problem. There seems to be a lot of ground Pokemon. The Whiscash everywhere, Gligars. So Togedemaru is like Clodsire. It's really tough to run. All my Pokemon that I used to dominate with are just so tough to run right now. It's really annoying. But having an energy advantage and seeing this here is huge. Yeah, you do pick up 2 wins. That's interesting. Okay, I'll go over that in 1 second. Again, Umbreon lead. This is why I like Umbreon on the lead. It's very, very safe. You'll see on my team this afternoon, I implemented it with Lickitung. Same sort of thing, like just generally can stay in with almost anything on the lead and grab shields and try and take switch, or like lots of options here. So I grabbed a shield here. They will go Mirror Shot. That's fine. They're going to have to go Wild Charge here. They do go Wild Charge. I'll probably come in Togedemaru and just Spark down. They have back-to-back Wild Charge, and it's resisted, but as you're going to see here, Togedemaru is just glassy, so well over 50% resisted, which is very unfortunate. What's in the back? So I'm going to bank a move here. I'm probably going to have to shield up 1. That's fine. I'll shield up 1. Clearly have an energy advantage now in the even shield scenario. Let's see what's in the back here. Mantine. So I'm going to have to chip a bunch with this and then hope. Honestly, I gotta hope I grab a shield here and then farm down with Togedemaru and then Wild Charge Trevenant. That's, I think, my only win condition. So take an Aerial Ace. Hope I get to another one. I can't. So I need to... I think shield and farm. Or no, shield, bank the move, come in here. I have a Wild Charge. So this will probably one-shot from this range. Not quite. Can I get the next scissor? I can't. Can I farm down before they get to a move? Apparently I can. So that's good. So I take that out. Jump Bluff. I just swap in here, into swap, and then Talonflame. So this is not bad. Okay, let's talk about what Rise did at the LA Championship that he won. I think, was it the North America Championship that he won? That was held in LA? Rise ran Umbreon with Foul Play and Dark Pulse. So double dark coverage. And it's a very interesting strategy, but it's a strategy I like because so your second move is always last resort or psychic, right? And those moves provide you coverage. For example, if you ran foul play dark pulse, you have nothing for fairies, you have nothing for darks. What else resists dark? Fairies and darks. I think those are the only two things that resist it. Yeah. So you have nothing for those two typings. So you get absolutely walled and your Pokemon is useless. Mandibuzz is now using Dark Pulse. And if you've watched my videos where I talked about Mandibuzz, I say that Mandibuzz is so strong this year because I never had to worry about shielding a foul play, but I do need to worry about shielding a Dark Pulse. And the difference in the moveset here, let me just go to either one. Let me go to I guess Umbreon, since we're talking about Umbreon. The difference between Foul Play and Dark Pulse is one more, so 45 versus 50 energy and 84 versus 96 damage. So if you look at added damage per energy and you look at as a, if you look at added damage per energy, Last Resort is 55 for 90. So 55 for 90, 1.64. Psychic is 55 for 75, 1.36. And then Dark Pulse is 50 for 96, so 1.92. So all else equal, it's a quicker move than Last Resort and Psychic, and it's a harder hitting one. So when you actually put Last Resort in Foul Play versus Dark Pulse in Foul Play, Dark Pulse in Foul Play picks up 3 and then loses 2. And one of them you're losing is the mirror match against Umbreon. So you actually have a better record. Your record with Last Resort Foul Play is 17-23-1, and your record with Foul Play Dark Pulse is 19-22. So obviously where you're going to lose it is, any sort of dark matchup. The Umbreon, you lose that one. I mean, you're going to get killed by fairies anyway, so it's mostly just like the Dark Lake. So Guzzlord you were losing anyways, but now you're losing by more. But you pick up Shadow Gligar, Galarian Stunfisk, and Venusaur. And some of these other matchups, you're hitting for less in the dark matchups. Mandibuzz, Scrafty, Umbreon. But you're hitting a little more, I mean, the ones you flip. But you're hitting a little harder against like Shadow Whiscash and stuff like that. So it's an interesting strategy. Why it's easier to run in a tournament is because, like, if you are against in the show 6 tournaments, you see your opposing Pokemon's team, right? So if you're against a Pokemon that has no darks and no fairies, you know that your Foul Play Dark Pulse combo probably has a lot more play. Whereas in these open metas, it's way tougher. And you keep Foul Play because Foul Play is your sort of like bait move, and Dark Pulse is just a harder hitting charge move. So sometimes like sometimes where it would take 3 Foul Plays to take out, you can maybe just do 2 Dark Pulses. So it's really it's an interesting concept. Like, this is the type of thing that like makes you think, because if you're gonna lose, realistically, you're gonna lose the most darks anyways, and you're also gonna get killed by fairies. If you lead double dark moves on the lead, it provides you more ability to like hit harder and still take that damage. The only problem is you're going to need a third Umbreon, because Last Resort is a community move, Psychic is a community move. So I have a Last Resort and I have a Psychic. So if I wanted to run this strategy with Foul Play Dark Pulse, I would need to build up a third Umbreon. So that's the only sort of drawback. And speaking about drawback, getting killed by Skeledirge here. So yeah, it was very interesting when I saw that move. And he won the regionals. So I mean, he's one of the best in the world anyway. So that's not surprising that he won. But you know, creative. It's creative. I appreciate the creativity with that moveset. Like I always appreciate people who come in with like unique movesets or stuff like that, or Pokemon, right? Like me coming in with like TOGEDEMARU, people coming in with like that double moveset, like Shadow Magnezone has been on the rise. So like there's a bunch of Pokemon that like it's interesting. So good lead. There is your Annihilate. So I'm glad I can align it on my Gligar. And easy take. Ooh, okay, whatever. I mean, it's not like they can. I don't think they can farm me down with Shadow Claw. Now they can. That's actually probably better, so they don't get a ton of energy. Mantine. Okay, now I just have alignment. Now I just come in here and wall this and get a ton of energy. Take a move. Probably come out with a Wild Charge plus, and then if they come in with Ace slash, oh, they have Water Pulse, so that makes it a little trickier. I bait here, and I remember them not call. Yeah, I remember this. I bait here. Never bait. Never bait. Especially with resisted moveset. So I bait. So now I have to shield. Or do I shield? Or I think it's an Aerial Ace, so that's probably why I didn't. And now I have 2 Wild Charges, so I'm not going to do this again. Just going to go Wild Charge here. Take it out. Wild Charge. And now Ace Hand Slash has Shadow Claw, and I'm going to have shield advantage, so it's going to be easy there. Yesterday, so I have 3 videos from yesterday. I have 3 videos from yesterday because I posted my Double Dragon team in the morning, and I had one of the Shadow Magnezone team in the afternoon already to go. And then they dropped the rest of the season Shared Skies news. So I wanted to just capitalize on that. So I posted that. So yeah, there's 3 videos yesterday. Again, with the Shared Skies, positives and negatives, right? So if you watch the video, here's the 2 takeaways that you need to know for the season. Negative, no guaranteed XL trading, which it's a perp. What's frustrating about this is that it's purposely left off because they have rotated no guaranteed XL trading and guaranteed XL trading for like 6 or 7 times now. So for this one to be supposed to be guaranteed XL trading, for them to purposely leave this off is just a clear shot of like FU. So like I was pretty upset by that because that is a great way to like make it competitive everywhere for people, so that they can like get XLs for like the Great League and Ultra League and Master League and stuff like that, right? And it doesn't hurt the game overall. So for them to purposely leave it off, I was pretty pissed about that. I was very, very, very happy that they did Great League, Ultra League, Master League, and Catch Cup the second last week. They finally heard that like Catch Cup is way too limited. So they give basically the last 2 weeks of the season are open Great League, Ultra League, Master League for both. So that is greatly, greatly appreciated. Again, not that I want to give myself a pat on the back, but I called these leagues perfectly because it's the same process every single time. They're not being creative. Great League, Ultra League, Master League, double week of a cup for Ultra League and Master League. That's a Great League version. So it was a Great League Summer Cup and it's a Great League Remix, and it was like a Fossil Cup or something that are doubled up. And for that, I was like, okay, this is 100% unexpected. I think that was, if you watched the video yesterday, that's the summary I basically gave of Pokemon Go. Right now, everything is very, very predictable, right? I almost 100% called every single thing in GBL. I called the leagues, I called the Scald nerf, I called a grass buff, and I called that the meta is not going to change much at all because they don't want to change it before the Play Pokemon Championship. And that's exactly the meta for the Great League and Ultra League. If you watched the video the other day, is basically the exact same. So from that perspective, nailed the GBL. The actual season, again, I'm really pissed that they don't get the guaranteed XL, but the actual season is also predictable. You have the Gumi Community Day in June, which again, Dragon Community Days are awesome, so we take those for 100%. There is a crap breakthroughs, like weekly breakthroughs, crap like eggs and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's the same eggs and the same wild spawns and the same breakthroughs and stuff like that for like multiple seasons now. And that's the thing. It's been the same GBL season, and it's been the same Pokemon, and it's been the same everything for like a year and a half now. Like, there hasn't been a lot of new Pokemon released. There hasn't been a lot of new raids released. There's not a ton of GBL change, which makes it very boring for players who've been around for a while. So that's the only thing. Again, I am very, very, very excited for GoFest. I'm like, I gotta actually do it this afternoon. Is my passport's my only thing that I need to do before GoFest. I think I got a place. I'm 99% sure I got a place locked down because I called a subscriber who said like that they got a place that I could stay at. So that's locked down. Poke Daxi is going to drive me. Now I'm going to need to get my passport, and then I'm going to start reaching out to people who like, particularly at first those who donated on GoFundMe, and if they're there, just like meet up with them and say thank you. And then I'm trying to figure out whether there's like other side events going on, stuff like that. So that's all stuff I need to figure out. Otherwise, yeah, I'll do Global Go Fest here, just at a local park where I always do it. And then my goal this summer is to try to enjoy summer. Last year, again, this is just very random now. Last summer was terrible because what happened was we had last summer we had the wildest weather I've seen in a summer. It was like 40 degrees, 35 degrees with the Humidex for like a week and a half. And then it like rained for like a month. Like every single weekend and multiple times during the week, it rained. And I took off 2 weeks last year because my sort of break that I give myself is because my father-in-law has a cottage that my wife takes the kids to. So while there, I try to take a week off, and I try to, again, people laughed at the joke, I go wild. And what I mean by go wild is I take off work, I eat chicken wings and ribs, I golf, I go to music festivals, and I see people. Like, that's how I go wild. But last year, there was, I took 2 weeks off. The first week was like, again, 35, 40 degrees Humidex. So like you couldn't even go outside without melting. And then the following week, it just like rained the entire time. And I'm just like, oh, what a waste. What a waste of a summer holidays here. So yeah, hoping for better weather this summer. Anyways, that is it. Kind of random. This afternoon, stay tuned for a video on if you can't beat them, join them type team that I put together. And then, yeah, well, I'm going to try. I saw the Skeldurge comment on my dragon video, because if you watch this dragon video, I'm like, Lantern gets core broken by a few teams, right? Like the Lantern Dragon, like Abomasnow, Whimsicott, stuff like that. And I was looking at PvPoke, and they recommended Registeel. It's like, why don't you use Registeel? I'm like, okay, I'll try Registeel. And someone in the comments said, why don't you just use Skeldurge? Because the fire will deal with like the steel issue, it'll deal with the grass issue, and it will like the ice issue, and it will deal with the fairy issue. And I'm like, that's interesting. That's interesting. So I actually may try that Skeldurge double dragon team tomorrow morning and see how we go with that. So that's my goal for tomorrow morning. So I'll test that out and let you know how it goes. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.